Welcome back, children, once again. This time we will be seeing Chapter 5, Editing in MS Excel, Part 2. Today we will be discussing two main topics. They are inserting rows and columns and adjusting of rows and columns. Let's talk about inserting rows and columns. You can insert a new row or a column in an existing spreadsheet. Sometimes you have made a table, but you found that the number of columns are less. Then you can add an additional column to that table. If the number of rows are less, you can add an additional row also to the same table. To insert rows and columns, what are the steps required? Click the cell where you want to insert a row or column. You have to click on the cell where you need to insert either the new row or the column. On the Home tab, from the Cells group, click Insert icon. You have to click on the Home tab. In that there is a Cells group. Then you have to click the Insert icon. The Insert Cells menu appears. To insert a row, you can see an Insert Sheet Rows option. A blank row is inserted above the active cell. To insert a column, select the Insert Sheet Columns option. A blank column is inserted to the left of the active cell. If you want to select a column, you have to click on the Insert Sheet Columns option. A blank column is inserted to the left of the active cell. To insert multiple rows, select the rows above which you want to insert new rows using the Control key and left mouse button. Again, go to Home tab. In the Cells group, in that there is the Insert icon. Select the Insert Sheet Rows option. This time, Insert Sheet Rows option is what you need to click. Depending upon the number of rows selected, new rows are added above the selection. That is, if you want 4 or 5 rows, you have to select 5 rows above the given cell, and then you need to go to Home tab, and in the Cells group there is the Insert icon. You need to click on it, and the Insert Sheet Rows option gives you that many number of additional cells above the selected cells. To insert multiple columns, select the columns before which you want to insert new columns using the Control key and the left mouse button. You need to press the Control key, and using the left mouse button, you have to select the number of columns that you want to insert. On the Home tab, from the Cells group, you have to click the Insert icon. In that, this time you have to click Insert Sheets Columns. You have to click on the Insert Sheet Columns option, and new columns are added to the left of the selected columns. It will be added to the left of your selected columns. Now let's talk about adjusting of rows and columns in an MS Excel spreadsheet. The default row height is 15 and the column width is 8.43. When you are adjusting the rows and columns, please understand the default row height, that is the height that you see in every MS Excel sheet when you open, is 15 and the column width is 8.43. The row height and column width can be adjusted in multiple ways. You can make adjustments for this 15 and 8.43 in different ways. There are 3 different ways available. They are setting specific height or width, Autofit contents, and changing default width of the column. There are 3 options. They are setting specific height or width, Autofit contents, and changing default width of the column. To set specific height for a row or width for a column, how do you set a specific height for the given row or a column? That's what we need to see. Select the row or column. First step is you need to select which row or column that you want to change. If you want multiple rows or columns, that is also possible. If you need multiple rows or columns, press the Control key and select the rows or columns. On the Home tab, from the Cells group, click the Format icon. This time, from the Cells group, you have to click on the Format icon. To change the row height, what do? Under the cell size, click the row height. In the row height dialog box, enter the required value and click OK. If it is a row height that you want to change, you have to go under the cell size option, click the row height, and in the dialog box that comes or the box that comes, you have to enter the value that you want and then press OK. If you want to change the column width, under the cell size, click the column width and the column width dialog box appears. This time the column width dialog box appears from the cell size menu. In the column width box, you have to enter the required value and then press OK. Now let's talk about Autofit contents. Autofit option helps to change the height of a row and width of a column automatically to fit the content in the cell. It automatically fits according to the number of characters you are entering into your cell. If you have a lengthy message or a lengthy content to enter, the column width and the height will adjust accordingly to your size. Select the row or column you want to change. On the Home tab, from the Cells group, click the Format icon and the Format menu appears. Like before itself, the Format menu appears. To auto-fit the contents in a row, select the Auto-fit row height option. Here you have to click on the Auto-fit row height option. To auto-fit the contents in the column, you have to click on the Auto-fit column width option. If it is a column width that you want to auto-fit, then this is also possible. You need to just click on the auto-fit column width option. Now let's talk about changing default column width. How do you change the default column width? The default column width is already mentioned, that is 8.43 characters. You can change the default width to fit all the contents. You can change that value to another value to fit according to your character requirements. This option is available for columns only. This is only available for the columns. On the Home tab, from the Cells group, click the Format icon and the Format menu appears. You have to reach the Format menu first. Select the default width option. The standard width dialog box appears. When you click on the default width option, the standard value that is already there will be displayed for you. In the standard column width box, enter the required value. In the box that appears, please enter the value that you need. Click OK. The width of all columns in the spreadsheet changes. With this, we come to the end of today's presentation and the end of this chapter. Please go through these contents and understand the concept. Thank you.